run that shit up.
Hello there, boys and girls. We're back with another episode on the Cincy Stripes show today. Let's get it popping off with our playoff push that we might potentially be able to get with the Broncos loss to the Chiefs with that double magic blocked field goal that the Chiefs got going on.
Losing to the Bills was big.
Yep. They need to. I don't know what helps us more, starting Joe Flacco more, or if they move Anthony Richardson. I don't know if that's going to help for the Colts.
When they said they were going to start Flacco, it kind of scared me, but he hasn't looked the best so far. I mean, he had, like 3 picks? I was watching that game. Well, I was watching Red Zone, and it just kept going to Joe Flacco throws another pick. And I was like, well, I guess maybe put Yar back in.
Realistically, we'd have to be the 7th seed to make the playoffs.
No, the Chargers are for sure in. Like, the top 6, I think, are going to be.
Yeah, and I will say, like, this week is make or break.
A lot of our games are for us. I mean, we play a lot of teams for the rest.
Yeah, we got
like
we got Steelers
twice.
Yeah,
there was somebody else.
We play the Browns one more time. I mean, they got famous Jameis, so I mean, anything can happen there.
We got the Cowboys who are hurt and banged up and kind of.
Yeah, Cooper Rush has beat us before though.
Might be Trey Lance.
Probably not. But I mean, yeah, the playoff push is going to be tough because we almost have to go perfect down the stretch, and I just don't believe in this defense to go near perfect.
I think the 7th seed will be 9-8, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I made the playoffs last night in Madden at 8-9. I mean, there's a path. I started I forced a loss. I forced the losses for this week, and there was a path to making the playoffs at 8-9.
It's coming down. It's going to come down to us, Broncos, and Colts. Well, hey, after last night, don't count out the Dolphins, but they can only lose.
I'm not buying in for the Dolphins.
They can only lose like one more time though, so. Because they already have 6 losses. No.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. That's why I'm not.
I think they have 7.
Buying into it. But I mean, it's going to be tough. It's a tough. This goes back to the September games when people are like, "Oh, we're always off the slow starts." This is exactly why you do not want to get off the slow starts. Is reasons like this.
Yeah.
It's because now you get down to the nitty gritty where we have 7 or 8 games left, and they're all must wins. They're all must wins. And this defense just isn't able to make that must-win push.
And, we tried to bring in some veteran guys on visits and stuff, but we didn't sign anyone except for
Fournette. I understand. He's been a little washed the last couple of years. Playoff Lenny, he's not playoff Lenny anymore. Yeah. Xavier Howard, they
said it was a good workout, but they just couldn't come to an agreement.
Yeah, anything more than vet minimum is ridiculous to me.
I mean, the rumor was that he wanted a 3-year deal, which is kind of wild.
I'm not offering him. Yeah. You're getting a 1-year deal. No team's working you out. You got some baggage with you. So he's, maybe he wanted to be a starter, guaranteed starter. He would have. I think he would have worked his way into being a starter.
Maybe not right away a starter, but I think like after a game or 2.
Yeah, I feel like he's still like a great. I feel like he would be the probably second best corner on the team right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. It's hit or miss with our corners.
He couldn't be worse than what we have right now. Cam Taylor-Britt has been the worst corner in the league, which isn't Cam Taylor-Britt like. So I mean, it's from a talent perspective here.
I'm a big CTB guy.
Yeah, I like CTB too. It's just I need consistency and not being consistently shit. So
yeah, it's been a bad year for him.
Well, we bring in Gary Brightwell. I know who is that. Yep. I don't know either.
That's what I sent in the chat.
Nobody knows him. He was a 6th-round pick in 2021.
We're just bringing in running back. We need defense.
Yeah, defense is. I mean, we tried to get Ngakoue. He got claimed by the Patriots, which is shit. I mean, they're. I don't know why they would even
keep him away from us. I guess
they are a guaranteed no-show playoff team. I don't even know why they're trying to make moves. Yeah. They're a team that should just ride out the season.
That irritated me, especially seeing it's like there was one other team that put in a claim, the Bengals. And it's like, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying. We're hosting people. We tried it in the trade deadline. Obviously, we just hold on to those draft picks a little tighter than we should.
And they don't ever play out, except for like maybe the first 3 or 4 rounds.
We traded for Khalil Herbert, who now seems to be our 3rd running back on our depth chart today.
Really?
The depth chart was released today. Yeah, he's behind Trevion Williams.
Oh my god.
Which is absolutely horrible.
We'll have to see it in the game. I want to see more carries from Herbert.
I would like to see Kendall Milton.
I just don't want to see Chase Brown get hurt, like with how much we're using him and stuff.
Yeah, no,
we're using him so much.
Yeah, a lot.
Which I love Chase Brown. He's been good. So it's like there's people on X or Twitter speculating that, like, or I think it was our group chat actually that was saying like maybe they don't see him as the true one.
Oh no, that was me. That was me in our group chat. I don't think the Bengals see him as a true number one.
But the way they've been using him, he kind of seems.
Well, he like I said in our group chat, he's the only back we can use.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you look, but before Zach Moss got hurt, it was Zach Moss. Yeah. Zach Moss gets hurt. It's now all Chase Brown because Chase Brown is the only one that they trust right now.
Yeah, because before Twitter would always be like, use Chase Brown.
I mean, you got to think going in, like as soon as we got rid of Mixon, we're like, okay, Chase Brown's the guy. Nope. We moved on quickly. I mean, to Zach Moss. And then you figure out, well, maybe it's pass protection. Zach Moss hasn't looked good at pass protection this year.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was thinking is they love their pass protection back.
I don't know why. And like a lot of people like you and Gary were saying in our group chat, well, Chase Brown has been getting these carries and all of this. Mm-hmm. Well, he's only been getting that because of the injuries and because of they don't trust Travion Williams.
No.
They didn't trust Khalil Herbert last week, and he fumbled the first snap he got with us, so it's not a good start. So I mean, Chase Brown, he has to be getting that workload right now. Obviously, things might be different this week with Khalil Herbert kind of getting worked in with the offense a little bit more. But him being our third running back is kind of a waste of a 7th round pick.
That's why I don't think he's like actually the third running back. I think.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe the depth chart's probably wrong.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put him in more action this week, hopefully.
Because I've said it before. I said there's a way that he is our best running back on the team.
He just wasn't used properly in Chicago. When he was, at least what I saw, he was good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Really,
it's just we try and we just seem to be failing at trying to make moves. Getting a phone call? Yeah. It scared me. My Aunt Sherry was trying to call me.
I don't know, man. It's just I want to believe in this team, but from now on, you got to go 1-0. Yeah, pretty much every week. I mean, Pittsburgh's looking good with Russ at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting scary. It's like we kind of got to win both those games, and that's. I mean, we don't have to if we can beat the Chargers this week, but. It's like I tweeted, you got to go 1-0 every week. Just have that mindset, just 1-0. I mean, there was the NFL Network guys, or maybe I think it was not NFL Network, the Good Morning Football or whatever, the clip I had retweeted on Twitter. I mean, I just said go 1-0. You know, the Bengals, a lot of them said they were out on us making the playoffs as a 7 seed, but then there was, I think, 2 of them that said they believe in Joe Burrow over like Bo Nix, but the other teams have the defense to back it up.
That's the only part. That's
our defense, man.
We have a pretty bad defense.
We show glimpses, and then we just get torched. Like we shut the Ravens down to the lowest amount of points they've had going in the halftime all year was 7. And they scored 28 in the second half, right? It was 35-34. Yeah. Then they scored 28 in the second half.
Yeah, and that's why you can't blame. We can recap the Ravens game real quick if you want.
The momentum just shifted.
That Chase Brown fumble really put a dagger into it.
Up 3 possessions that game.
And I told you when he fumbled, I tweeted it. I told you because you were here watching it. I told you that fumble will be why. That's all I said.
Yeah, we did talk about that. We said fumble. That was really a momentum shift, and it really irritated us. We were watching it together. Just, man. And then Juice having that pick. I don't know why corners even play it off when you know.
Yeah, that was so he knew it hit the ground. There's no way you don't think that hits the ground.
Like, I don't know why corners do that and try to play it off. Like, I get it, but they have the instant replay and to turn they're gonna replay it and see that. And then after you guys,
I remember jumping up saying, "Don't fuck with me! Don't be fucking with me!" Because they didn't show the close up until like a couple minutes after, and I was like, "Damn!" So I thought that would have sealed the game.
They did a whole celebration and everything. It's like, bro,
yeah,
he dropped it.
Like it's clear as day he dropped it. Like it wasn't even close.
Like, know why they do that. I mean, try to play it off like you got the turnover. And just easily hit the ground.
I guess
that would have been a sick pick, but it wasn't. So
I mean, I don't. Yeah, again, I guess you can say like you try to play it off because maybe I don't know. All turnovers are reviewed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
it's like touchdowns. It's all reviewed.
I don't know. Like maybe his adrenaline was rushing so much.
But I mean, there's no denying that Burrow was the best quarterback on the field.
Oh, for sure.
I think that was probably one of Burrow's best games in a while, even this year. I mean, he made a couple throws that were wow. Like that last touchdown throw to Jamar Chase was one of the best throws he's ever had.
And we did get, I wouldn't say lucky, but we got handed a gift with their corner or safety not getting that second foot in. Like, remember they picked him off in the end zone?
Yeah, that was real luck. That was luck.
He had stepped out before he got that second foot.
That was great defense, and that was luck.
Yep.
On our part.
Yeah. For it not being a pick. I mean, that was just great defense. I'll give it to him. Bad read by Burrow. I mean, the 87-yard touchdown, Tylon friggin' Wallace. Like, who the heck is the worst effort I've seen since the Le'Veon Bell touchdown a couple of years ago. It's like, man, come on. What is this? It's Geno Stone. He's a double agent. It's like, bro. He's still rooting for the Ravens. Defense is like, we only play one good half of football. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it I mean, you played 28 in the second half. Yeah, I mean, 4 straight touchdowns in the second half is crazy. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, dude. I was like, this is it. Like, we're going to lose this game. Bombed of Jamar Chase. Yep, we're like, oh, shit. And then they go for 2, which I agree with the call because I think Lamar drives downfield and gets a field goal anyway. On our defense. I mean, they didn't there was what, 38 seconds? Yeah. Or no, it might have been more than 38 seconds. No, it was like 38. Was it? Yeah. Yeah, the way that team was driving. And plus, it's Justin Tucker. I mean, it's gonna. I mean, he hasn't been good this year, but when it comes to clutch time, it feels like it's still Justin Tucker. Yeah, it feels like every kicker will make that kick against us. Like, yeah, every time. Definitely against us. Yeah, Boswell, like just like all of our rivals. Yeah, looking at the going for the 2-point conversion, it was the right move. We did. I don't. Again, you can't. I'm on the fence because like you can't let refs decide games. I'm on that fence of you can't let officiating control your game. But we did deserve another shot at the 2-point conversion. That's just three of them on that. I mean, Gesicki got tackled. I mean, that's just the reality of the game. Face mask to the head, and so did there was a face mask on Kappa. There's a face mask on Ford. There's a face mask on Burrow. There was holding on Hudson. Gesicki got tackled. There was multiple easy calls. No, well, no. We're the Bengals. They don't give us that call. They're like, the game's coming down to this play. We're going to let them play. And Burrow said in his press conference, he's like, I'm used to not getting those calls, which is sad when he's a premier quarterback. He's tough. And then you have Patrick Mahomes, tell me when a defender's close. Yeah. What? That kind of blew up on Twitter a little bit of him. Yeah. I was like asking for when the defender's close. Like he was getting tore up by Zach Allen. That team, the Chiefs team, man, they get so lucky. It's not luck. It's coaching. It's Andy Reid. He has his team in the right position. Good teams find a way to win, and they do not. That's like bad teams find ways to lose. We're a bad team, and we find ways to lose every time. It always comes down to one play. It's that fumble against the Chiefs. Burrow's fumble. Yep. That game was obviously the Chase Brown fumble, which caused momentum. First Ravens game, botch snap on the hold on the. It's always just one play. It does truly come down to one play with us. Not the Commanders game. The Commanders game was just a shootout. But that Chiefs game came down to a penalty that actually shouldn't have been called. Yeah. I mean, it was a Hail Mary situation. It was 4th and 16. That's a Hail Mary situation. They're desperate for hold your flag. I mean, if you're gonna have the same mindset. No shit. Like that's the problem with the NFL. I mean, you just gotta stay consistent. John Anthony, I feel like hasn't really seen the field since then. No, I feel bad for the guy because I feel like he's a really good player. And then there was like a play similar to that this past week. I don't remember which game it was, and there was like I think it was a Lions game, Lions Texans. The Lions receiver literally got tackled, and they didn't call it or something. That Lions game's perfect example of good teams finding ways to win. 5 picks. Yeah. 5. If you realize if Burrow would have threw 5 picks, what would happen to Twitter and to ESPN? ESPN's not even talking about Jared Goff right now
because they won.
Yep.
And they are arguably the best team in the NFL. I would go as far to say they are the best team in the NFL, without a doubt.
Yeah. Offense and defense.
Their defense is great. Their offense is
it's
good.
Weird saying that after Goff threw 5 picks, but seeing some of the picks, it was like tipped at the line.
Yeah,
line's hands. So
there's
two of the
me
picks.
Me and Eric have had this conversation several times to where sometimes like if a quarterback throws a pick and it goes through the receiver's hands,
it's not really his fault.
Like, what do you do about that?
You got to make the throw. Like,
yeah,
you got to trust your receiver to catch the ball.
There's even times where sacks are put on linemen where the quarterback's sitting there for 6-7 seconds.
Rolls out right into it.
That shouldn't be put on the lineman. It's just all weird statistics. Statistics are weird. Statistics are for nerds, but
I like numbers.
Numbers say a lot, and they say your record is who you are. But then again, the Chiefs and Bengals are proving that your record is not who you are. I guess I don't know. Patrick Mahomes is arguably worse than Caleb Williams this year.
Yeah, he's having one of his worst years.
I'm saying this year, obviously not career-wise. Obviously, I think Patrick Mahomes
is like his worst year by far.
I would go as far to say Patrick Mahomes is probably the GOAT.
Besides, maybe I didn't really look into him like his early years, so maybe then I don't know.
No, this is definitely Mahomes' worst year. But again, they're 9-0, and Eric just texted us.
What did he say?
I was going to do the pod Friday. Man's at work, and we're doing it today. He did not see. He did not see my text earlier.
2 shows in a week.
We can do it. We'll do it. We'll do one Friday. Yeah.
More content.
More content. Yeah, we can. We can bitch about the front office on Friday.
Yeah. It's just
really hammer it in the Mike Brown. We'll do our Dear Mike Brown letter on Friday.
Dear Mike Brown letter.
I wanted to make one on my off day yesterday. I just wanted, Dear Mike Brown, just figure it out. Dear Katie Blackburn.
Please, I don't know what to do. That's gonna fix our defense in a year, but
well, first, the only seeable fit I see with fixing this defense is firing Lou. Getting someone in there that has a different mindset when it comes to drafting, different mindset when it comes to games, because Lou's mentality of bend don't break has constantly broken this team over and over and over again. I would go as far as to say 2021 and 2022 defenses weren't good.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't giving up points, but we're giving up yards.
And we just got turnovers.
Lucky turnovers.
Yeah.
And again, we're not getting that this year. Pratt continues to try to rip the ball off from people.
Carry for 10 more yards.
Just make the tackle. Wrap up. That's why I like Hakeem Adeniji. He's a playmaker. He's faster. I think he's just a better linebacker than Pratt.
Hakeem Adeniji. That's a lineman.
Yeah, I'm in Keem Davis-Gaither.
Hakeem Adeniji out there playing defense.
I was thinking of
that Super Bowl line, huh?
No, I was damn.
Man's brain's not working.
Yeah, it just froze right there.
I was like,
with that one. I can't believe I said that.
He's malfunctioning. Hakeem Adeniji out there playing linebacker.
He'd probably be better than Pratt.
ADG did look good.
He's the only guy I do not like on our. There's a lot of guys I don't like Von Bell. Sheldon Rankins was a waste of money.
Jordan Battle's been getting a lot more playing time.
Yeah, these last 2 games,
have been getting a lot more playing time.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lou's starting to see it. I think Lou's starting to finally.
He's fighting for that,
but still, it's still you're playing Hubbard over Murphy,
which is crazy.
Which is absolutely insane.
I mean, Osai's been playing more, but
Osai and Murphy need to be the 1-2.
Do you let Osai walk? Someone said on Twitter today, Osai.
Well, if you let Osai walk, then draft, then you should cut.
Cam Sample's not on a contract year, is he? I mean,
I think he was. Yeah,
I know it's so that he might not break.
But my thing is, he was
a good run.
If you're going to let Osai walk, then cut Hubbard, and then might as well just restart that side of the line.
We need to
rebuild that depth.
We need to rebuild our whole defense line.
Our whole defense needs to be rebuilt.
Trey might just hold out anyway.
Yeah, that's another problem. That's another problem that people have forgotten about because he is playing this year. He threatened to hold out without a contract, it's going to happen next year.
Yeah, he's going to fuck around, lead the league in sacks, and be like,
"Where's my money?" And then the Bengals are going to be like,
"You're over 30.
You're 30. You're close to 30 years old, pal.
We don't want you.
You're going to regress." And he's like, "But I just led the league in sacks. Give me a 1 to 2 year extension."
He's up 2 sacks.
Yeah.
League lead, so.
But this front office, I mean,
he's gonna play Dallas.
They're super unserious. They're so tight with their money.
It's just stupid. Spend the money.
Like these dumbasses just don't realize how much they just cost themselves by not signing Jamar last year.
Yeah, man's just going. He's going to lead the league in receiving yards.
Now you realize you're going to have to pay him $5 to $10 million more.
Yep.
If that, I mean, he's going to get significantly more.
You got to be willing to spend the money. Cut the guys that just aren't doing anything, like
Hubbard,
Bell,
Rankins,
Bell's a
Stone.
Yes, like those guys are just
Kappa.
Complete waste of space.
Kappa. I would rather restart. I'd rather do a mini rebuild right now. And you build your core around some core guys.
A new defense coordinator, get his guys.
Yep. Keep Zach and Dan Pitcher. I think they can cook. Fire Frank Pollock. Not because we
just need new faces.
Again, my thing with Frank Pollock is we draft people that he does not want. He didn't want Jackson Carman. He was heavily against that, but he fails to develop players.
I think he wanted Mims though, obviously.
Yeah, Mims was good.
He's a dog.
But Mims was also a first round pick.
Yeah.
So I mean it was kind of there.
Only hit really on the first 2 for rounds, maybe.
And
Eric All was a good pick.
The offensive line depth, I mean, it's always been bad for the last 15 years. It's been bad.
Our defense has been bad.
Our defense has been horrible this year. It's not even bad. I mean, I would guess we have the worst defense in the league. Like the best quarterback, best receiver, best defensive end, worst defense. We're 4-6. Yeah. We have the worst. I think we have a bottom 5 offensive line.
We have a middle of the pack defense,
and people don't understand how bad our offensive line is because of Burrow. Like he makes them look good. I mean, he took
did you see how much he's been scrambling recently?
I mean, look at the players he took to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He took those guys to the Super Bowl. And this line's a little better. This line's a little better. I'd say we have 2 cornerstone pieces in Brown and Mims. That's it. 3 guys in interior offensive line. After next year, yeah. The 3 guys in the middle need to be real. So I love Teddy K. I really do, but he's not playing at the level that needs to be had with the level of core we have.
Well, we got him for another year. So.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, he's serviceable, and he probably looks worse because of Kappa. Kappa's horrible.
Give him at least some playing
time. I don't think it's gonna fix it, but
if we don't end up making playoffs,
but I think in that
we lose the next 2 games.
But in this draft, I mean, this free agency class and draft class will be make or break for next year. And Ojulari is a free agent. Target him. Cut Sam Hubbard.
They won't.
Either draft the defensive lineman or sign one. It's your only option.
Yeah.
You're going to, and again, we go back to the front office part of things. Like Lou said, it's going to be a dark day when we lose Jesse Bates. We lost Jesse Bates.
Yeah,
horrible safety play. We let DJ Reader walk. Horrible defensive line play.
Yep.
And these are front office. This is why I don't want to put everything on Lou, but these are Lou's guys. Yep. He can't develop them.
Bring in like a Rob Saleh. I know they won't,
but
we need a new face, new faces. Besides like Zach and
yeah, I just need someone to rebuild. Completely rebuild the defense.
Yeah.
Outside, like our corners suck, our safeties suck. We have 1 good linebacker.
Battle's not bad.
Battle's not bad, but he needs to play more.
Yeah.
Murphy, I think, can develop. He just needs to play more. Hendrickson's good. Chris Jenkins, he's not looking good. McKinley Jackson looking better than Jenkins right now. So, I mean, it's a tough core. And I would go as far as to say, I mean, I know Logan Wilson makes a lot of tackles, but he's still an old school type linebacker. He's slow. He doesn't play his zones well. And that's just part of the game. But that's why I need ADG there to play that role.
Yep.
And we run a 5-2, not a 5-2, a 4-2, a 4-2-5.
Just kind of whack.
Which, no, I mean, I like it. It's nickel. You have Mike Hilton out there. I love Mike Hilton. That's another guy that needs to be re-signed.
Bring Mike back. But I think they can get him.
He is the best tackler on the team, hands down. He knows how to play it.
I think he'll stay for a good price. Like I think he wants to play for this team. I hope.
Yeah, and this front office, man, it's tough being such a diehard fan with this front office because I don't think they realize how big of a football town Cincinnati really is.
Yep.
I know the Reds do suck, so we're all kind of on the football things right now, but
Which hopefully they change things around with Terry Francona.
Hopefully the Reds do change some things. It does seem like they're.
I mean, he said we're gonna have to spend money. That's what
I do
interview when they interviewed him.
Yeah, to me it seemed like Terry Francona interviewed us.
Yeah,
like he was like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So I like that. Again, it's just Cincinnati front offices don't realize. The only front office in Cincinnati that realizes like they need to get players to win is FC. Yeah. FC Cincinnati. They do it right.
Yep.
Soccer is completely different at how they do things, but they do it right.
Yeah.
And until Mike Brown, and I know people are like, well, Mike Brown wants the Super Bowl before he dies, so he's trying. He's not trying. No. And if it's Katie Blackburn and then they're keeping money in their pockets, Duke Tobin needs to be fired. He hasn't had a good draft class unless it's a hit. He's been here for 20 years, 20 plus years.
He's got to go.
What has he done? What has he done?
We always say, cook, Duke, cook.
Duke's sleeping. Here lately, it's Duke sleeping. Don't wake him up.
Bengals are being aggressive.
We had the 2021 free agency class, and after that, nothing.
Yeah, that was like the one that started when we made the Super Bowl run. And then.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. I forget.
Just made like the most minimal moves to fill positions ever.
I'm trying to think when I bought my season tickets.
Burrows for rookie year.
No, I bought my season. No. I bought my season tickets right after that year.
His second year.
But I don't remember if I bought my season tickets before or after we made those signings. I think it was before because it was when I had my ACL, my torn ACL. So it was at my grandma's. Mm-hmm. So I think I bought it I remember when I was home for when we signed Trey Hendrickson. So yeah, I bought my season tickets before we got everybody.
I mean, it wasn't the same offseason, but they did make a good move by signing Orlando. Remember when we were?
Yeah, I was at your house for that one. That was.
We were like,
that was like 10:30 at night. It was 10:30 at night.
You told me about that.
I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it because we were sitting. Because I think we were having discussions like that day. Like this front office is a fucking joke. They're doing nothing. Cheap asses. Like holy shit, we got Orlando Brown. And that was it. That was it for that.
Yeah, that's like the only big.
Again, I don't understand why they just grip onto their money. And the Jamar thing, I heard they agreed on money, just not guarantees. Just move it. Just I don't get it. I don't get it. His front office doesn't get it. Duke Tobin doesn't get it. I think Zach gets it. But as a head coach, you're kind of limited to what you can do.
Yeah.
That's the shitty part. Like he's kind of I don't want to say puppet, but I mean any head coach in this league is kind of manipulated by their GM and owner and how they do things. Like Mike McCarthy, I feel bad for Mike McCarthy.
They didn't make any.
I feel really bad for Mike McCarthy after Micah Parsons coming out and saying he doesn't work hard and Jerry Jones is like, like being cheap as fuck. I mean, they don't have any money. But then again, next year, they won't have any money next year. 45% of their cap is CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott.
Micah to Cincinnati.
Horrible. They already signed. They're going to sign Micah.
But you said they have no money. How are they going to sign Micah?
Because Jerry Jones is like that. He'll pull it out of his ass.
He'll just pull it.
But that's what I mean. Like they messed up by not signing Jamar last year, and we haven't even talked. I mean, we've talked a little bit in previous shows about Higgins, but I mean, there's
at this point, it's like
there's absolutely no path to us bringing him back. From what? No,
tagging him again.
I can see us tagging him, but then again, you're wasting $30 million.
Like, one more year, we can make a run this year, and then the same shit.
That's why we've tagged him this year because we need to make a Super Bowl run. But T can't stay healthy. Which is why we're not going to pay him big money, which I do see both sides of it. But this offense is drastically different with or without T. Higgins. But that Baltimore game played great. That Oakland Raiders game.
Last game was just Jamar and Chase Brown.
Yeah. That was Jamar being the Raven killer. That's what it was.
It was Jamar and Chase Brown.
But if we don't get Jamar signed, which I believe we will, I
think they know they have to.
We know we have to sign Jamar.
He ain't going nowhere.
I think Mike Brown. I think Mike Brown loves Jamar as much as he did Chad Johnson and.
But you got to play another receiver. Like you got to sign a vet receiver or something.
I mean, people forget that
we can't just keep relying on rookies and like Yoshi.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. I'm no longer a fan of Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi,
his stone hands.
Target. I mean, maybe bring back Mike and just keep putting him in.
Jermaine Burton, I feel like Jermaine Burton looked a little good. Zach really praised him.
Reps. We got to get this man reps.
Zach praised him in his post game, saying he worked really hard throughout that week and that he earned his snaps and he showed it on the field. He had a catch. I thought it was contested. I liked it.
Good catch. Yeah.
I don't know if he gave up on that one deep ball or not. It's hard to say how he read it compared to how we see it. You know what I mean? It's all up there for speculation.
I didn't like the 2 deep shots.
Third and second and fourth and second, horrible play calls.
Like, why are we going? Just get.
Why are you throwing deep?
I get it on 3rd and 2. Like,
third and two, you can kind of get them off guard.
Yeah, take the shot.
Fourth and 2, like, you're really hoping to catch them off guard. But I'd rather just go for
the first.
But then again, we don't trust our run game, so I understand it. If we had Eric All, it would be a lot different because
that man was starting to see a lot of targets too.
Yeah, that's what fucking sucks. Is our offense was kind of getting the roll with him and Gesicki, and that's what kind of made Jamar so open against the Ravens. Was kind of Gesicki being there, Gesicki kind of being our number 2, which that's another guy I hope we re-sign and keep for a year or 2 more.
We're probably gonna get him another bag. We just keep.
Yeah, we get tight ends paid,
and then they don't do anything. Well, Mike probably will. He's good.
Mike, he's been consistent wherever he's went.
In New England, they didn't really use him.
Who was good in New England?
Jonnu. They just kept using Jonnu.
Nobody was good in New England.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't like Jonnu. They would use every tight end but Mike Gesicki in New England.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry and Jonnu.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, I know, like, you can't. You can say, well, they tried. They did try. This front office did try, but they tried
too late.
Too late and too cheap.
Yeah.
Too late and too cheap. That's the problem. You can't be cheap in this league. I mean, you can be cheap. You trust me, you can be cheap. You have to know how to draft.
Yeah.
This team does not know how to draft. We're absolutely horrible at drafting. We have the smallest scouting department, and we're bad at developing. That's why I say you completely get rid of Frank. You get everyone on the defense side of the ball, fire all of them. Don't care. Offensive side, get rid of Frank Pollock. Nothing against him. I think he's our run game coordinator. Our run game sucks. And our offensive line, none of them develop. You got to think.
Our game's been better in like the last 2 years, though. I think this year. I think he's been pretty good this year.
It's what you. I don't know.
It's actually surprised me.
There's been a few runs, and I feel like the problem with it is we don't run enough under center, and then we try when we do run under center, we do one run under center, and then we try to do a bootleg or some shit like that, and at the same time, you just got to learn how to build your offense consistently, and kind of as a team, we don't have an identity. We really don't. Yeah. And that's the hard part right now is that we just don't our defense isn't mean. Our defense doesn't finesse.
They were in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half.
Showing all the energy, Jordan Battle.
Holy shit. I was like, damn, dude, our defense is really here. Yeah. Jordan Battle was slamming Derrick Henry. Like you said, our coverage was good. McKinley Jackson was hustling his ass off, chasing Lamar. But I don't know what happened the second half. I don't think the Ravens even turned it up. I think it was just the Ravens were just playing their ball, knowing this defense would give up, which I think is what happened. Our defense kind of got a little too like, oh, shit, dude. Like
that fumble happened and everything.
Yeah, the Chase Brown fumble. It deflated. That crowd was completely out of it.
They were booing him.
Completely out of the game. And then once he fumbled, I mean, you could hear through the TV.
21-7 game, bro.
Yep. Should have been game. But that's where the Chase Brown had fumbling issues his last year at Illinois. That now comes in to bite us in the ass. But that's what bad teams find ways to lose.
Yeah, bro. It always happens. We get up two possessions on teams, good teams.
Burrow and Lamar are the best quarterbacks in the league right now. I'd say I'd put Burrow. I don't know. Maybe Lamar, Burrow, Allen is how I'd do it right now. What I've seen, I hate to say it, Lamar has been MVP this year. I think this is the year he finally earns an MVP. The last 2 MVPs, he got it off of rushing yards at 1 year. Last year, who else were we going to give it to? Yeah. Maybe Dak, maybe Allen. But, last year was up for grabs. This year, I think he's earning it. Burrow, we're not winning, so he's not winning it. I don't know. I mean, Jamar could win the Triple Crown at receiver, win Offensive Player of the Year. Trey Anderson could lead the league in sacks. I mean, none of these guys are going to win awards because we're not winning. And it's all because we can't tackle, which is not a coaching problem. I'm going to come out and say that right now. Tackling is not a coaching problem. These guys have been in football their entire lives. They know how to tackle. Maybe we go too soft during training camp. Maybe that's the issue.
Preseason, bro.
Preseason, that we don't get preseason snaps.
Chiefs play every game.
I mean, I'm pissed that Burrow's like, yeah, I want to play against the Colts, and he didn't. I think that goes to show that
I see both sides for Burrow.
I see both sides for everyone besides the offensive line. Offense and defensive line are the two groups you play. Yeah. You fucking play the preseason. Reps together and stuff. Obviously, for now on, I think both sides of the ball, especially offensive line, need to play a lot. Mm-hmm. And what also sucks is Dax Hill getting hurt. I think he was playing really at a high level. That was a tough injury. But I mean, you said it earlier. I don't know how you fix this defense in a year. Yeah. It's just, I mean, like I said, you have to do a soft rebuild.
We're just ruining fucking like having Burrow. Like
and people now the conversations are coming up of him being the next Drew Brees. And that sucks because this is what Drew Brees went through. His entire career pretty much was great offense, bad defense, horrible defenses. That's all he went through. How much
can you carry him? How much can you carry him?
And Drew Brees had to carry those Saints teams. Yep. And even then, it's not like they were blowing people out. He was putting up numbers. I mean, Drew Brees was throwing for 5,000 yards every year. Yep. And how many MVP does he have? How many Super Bowls does he have? Not that many. Yep.
The only good thing is we do have Joe Burrow, so hopefully that.
Like, and that's how that's how the Saints looked at it. Well, we have Drew Brees. Quarterbacks wins are not a quarterback stat anymore. They're just not. People need to move past that. They just aren't. Shannon Sharp definitely needs to move past it because he blames Burrow for our losses. He's like, well, you need to find a way to get it done. My thing is, Patrick Mahomes goes out here. Better example. Jared Goff goes out here and throws 5 picks. They still win. My thing is, Jared Goff gave them 5 more opportunities to score. Their defense held them. Mm-hmm. That's the difference.
Yep.
We don't get turnovers this year.
We really don't. We're probably last.
And when we do turn the ball over, which it happens, good teams do turn the ball over. It happens. Our defense doesn't stop them at all. And that's why that's why it's so tough for Burrow in this offense because they know they have to play perfect. And that's why we're trying to limit turnovers the best we can. But it just comes back to this defense. Everything does.
We have 5 picks.
Defensively?
Yeah.
Yeah, CTB has a few.
This is 6. We have 6 interceptions and 4 fumbles.
Yeah.
When do we get that many picks?
When do we get that many fumbles?
Well, we had 2 just last week. Logan most of them recovered.
Oh, yeah, against the Raiders.
Yeah. But when did we get that many picks? And I know Juice has the crazy one against the Chiefs.
I don't know. We have to go back and look at it later. But I mean, against the Chargers this week, they had the number 1 points per game defense. They average, I think, 13 points a game.
Yeah, it's like 13.1.
But then again, their best offenses they played or have been the Cardinals or the Chiefs. If you want to argue the Chiefs, like they haven't played good offenses this year. So I mean, we got to show out. We are wearing the orange pants, so I think we're going to lose.
Don't say that.
The orange pants, they need to abolish them. Get rid of the orange pants. No longer the move at all.
You don't think so?
No. Not at all.
I don't like the jersey combo.
I don't like the jersey. I feel like black socks would look better with the orange pants with the white top.
Sunday Night Football. Flex. Herbert versus Burrow.
And last time we played the Chargers, we almost came back. Lost because we lost because we were down like 28-0. But we were coming back, had a lot of momentum. Joe Mixon fumbled, which Joe Mixon did not do.
That was a scoop and score, wasn't it?
I think so. Joe Mixon did not fumble.
He took it to the crib.
I don't know. Let's hear your guys' thoughts on how to fix this defense. You know, type it down, comment, share it.
Our buddy Ron's going to be at the game.
Is he? He's traveling out there?
Yeah. He's going back. I mean, he lives out
there. Yeah, he's going back home, yeah.
He wanted us to go, but I was like, I ain't got the time, brother. Like take off from work.
Someone said the color of the pants make no difference. We lost in just about every color combo they have. That is true, but it's just vibes. It's just vibes.
Well, it was like one of the bigger games that we were in orange pants, and
We wore orange pants the first game of the year against the Pats, and then we wore orange pants against the Ravens at home. Wow. Tough losses. My favorite combo is the home combo with the white pants, orange stripes with the orange socks. That's my favorite combo. The Super Bowl combo.
Super Bowl combo.
Which that was my favorite combo before we wore them in the Super Bowl. That's why I was stoked when I found out we were wearing them in the Super Bowl. I was stoked. But we ain't going there no more. Like the defense is too bad.
Yeah.
And
you make the playoffs, we'd be playing the Ravens. More than likely.
And see, I feel like again, like if we do make the playoffs,
it's gonna be Ravens and Bills.
We have an offensive team that can do a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's just, can the defense hold up?
Yeah.
And the defense shows us one good half, and then it's just like, all right. Usually the last couple of years, or whatever it was 2 years ago, we would be the team coming out of half and we would play better.
Yeah.
Not this year. It's the other way around. We'll play a good first half and be like, all right. And then they lose their juice, and it's like, all right, we lost.
Yeah. We're going to end it at that. We're almost at 45 minutes. It was a good show.
I'll be back Friday.
We will be back Friday with Eric. Get him on here. Hear his thoughts. But we'll see you guys Friday.
See ya.